Actually, I don't. This is spot start. Kind of high. I can. You're still coming on. Whatever.
I think so too. Oh, well. I'll figure it out later.
Okay, has everyone had a chance to sign this? Has everyone had a chance to look at the minutes from last month? Actually, Lindsay wasn't here, so you can't read yet.
Yes.
Yes.
You make some copies of this, man.
I do.
Give them.
Yes.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Bill?
No, that was not me. That was you. Yeah, that'll have to be changed.
What's that?
Where it says under sewage project, it says Superintendent Clinton Central reached out to Carrie. Didn't reach out to me.
He reached out to you.
But yes,
with a
but-
phone call.
With a phone call, but then,
I thought you guys were having a Zoom on it. That's what-
He did.
That was me and him.
and they couldn't attend.
He did.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't.
It wasn't Karen.
no,
It was me.
yeah, no, he didn't show up at all.
Okay.
Sorry.
I guess I did not know who was at the Zoom. I was here.
That was just me and him.
You know. And Jeff tried to team meeting.
So you amended the motion minutes to reflect that?
Yes,
Okay, Jeff Klein and engineer.
yeah.
Okay.
We'll just amend the minutes where it says Jeff tried to do a team's meeting with the superintendent, did not attend.
Oh, cool. But.
Getting Abby, do we need to put Abby as
Oh,
well?
put
I put
Abby, but-
engineer.
Okay, perfect. I second that, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, did you have a chance to look at the claims for January and February?
What I didn't put in here before you get to the claims is
Okay.
until I noticed that we didn't do the election last time. We need to do the election.
Do that before the rest, right?
I
Let's
was,
do it, okay.
So I'll make a motion to make Carrie president.
Okay.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
Okay. All right,
This is in the middle of the sewage project, you know, you like.
okay. Did you get?
Winter
Change.
vice president.
Aye. Second that?
Aye.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Now for claims. I'll make a motion to approve the January, February 2026 claims.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the clerk must collect the employment and contract certificates.
We didn't go.
Home Sciences. That's Lindsay's,
Okay.
and I already gave you mine.
All right. And then,
You have Jeff's.
yeah, I think I got Jeff's already last time. And then we have the uniform conflict of interest forms.
Okay.
And you had filled out yours.
Yes.
And Jeff and Lindsay need to sign it. And you can start there. And then I have one also. I'm not sure why I have one, because it's and Carrie and Lindsay, I have mine.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, the last page.
Yeah, we're gonna sign it. Okay. I'll start over here. That's yours. Fine. You like to do one? I'll be back. You got your side. Keep that.
Just the conflict of interest forms. The ordinance 2025-4 for a fee increase for outside utility work was published 12/17/25 on the January agenda and February for state board of accounts.
That makes it actually had two readings of it. It's now in the force.
Got a vote on it, and then it's.
But we need to vote on it?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to pass the ordinance in the final stage. The increase for the outside utility work.
Yes.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Can I get a copy of that? Okay.
It's all typed up. I'll sign, I'll have to get it.
I can sign that.
No. Give me that volume.
Right, that's all.
No. Yeah.
Yes,
No,
I need it.
you can't sign that. Hold on.
Sorry, you gotta resign. I signed these minutes.
Yes, you can't sign this.
Okay.
She was not. I have a bottom copy for you. Hang on. Have Jeff sign that. And there's the rest of that, see that man. Sorry, got it. He's got it. Yeah, because she can't sign it. Okay, got it. All right, old business open projects. Sewage plant project Maureen.
Thank you. I think you're in. All right.
Oh.
Here. Read that. This is an update on our wastewater project. It'll be brief because the theme of the progress report is we are reading. Final design is complete for Division A, Division B, and Division C. We submitted these project to Rural Development. They reviewed it and they've come back with a few comments, which and we were providing responses to their questions. I think this is routine. All the other projects that I've done with rural development, there's a bit of back and forth between the engineer and the rural development, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page and what they approved is what we're moving forward. So I'm not alarmed yet, and Tina was not alarmed yet either, which makes me feel better. So, and Darren did not see any major issues. So, we'll compile the responses. He said the biggest item is to confirm all manufacturers and models that we list are BABA compliant. Do you know what BABA is? It's a relatively new federal law. Buy American, build American.
I think we had to do that on some of our last ones, yes.
So when you're using these federal funds, you've got to use them on American products.
We ran into that when we built the fire station at Forest, because we're using federal grant.
Yeah.
Everything had to be from the United States.
It makes projects a little more expensive, but
Yeah, I think we had to wait a long time.
It is what it is.
Yeah, come in last time.
yeah. So we don't, or I'm not concerned yet. The only concern we had was that the bidding schedule may have to be moved back a little bit. But again, Tina was not too alarmed about this. She says that, you've got to bid this out for rural development on a certain schedule for Okra. As you recall, we're going to both the Okra money and the rural development money. And Tina says that we're still on track to get this bid out on time for both rural development and Okra. So, we're not too concerned yet. We're still waiting on the NDOT and railroad right-of-way permits. NDOT is just, again, we've worked in some communities where NDOT has been slow to issue those right-of-way permits. I don't know if you've had any experience with.
Yeah. I've got experiences in all of those things.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Rural development, I think that they're like many federal agencies, their budget and their staff was reduced last year. So they're having to do smaller staff and having to do, more work. But we're not
Railroads even worse.
really, yeah.
It's like dealing with the mafia.
Yeah, so we're not concerned yet, the only, we're not concerned yet, our overall project remains on schedule. We were hoping to start the bidding by the end of January, because we were hoping to have rural development by now. We're hoping to now, we anticipate hoping to be able to start this bidding process by the end of February, which means that we'll work with UPAM, to kind of advertise, put a legal notice in the local newspaper, consecutive weeks or consecutive days to publish, that we have the bids ready and tell people where the contract is right, that we'll work with UPAM to get that done. We're open the bids within 30 days after we start the bidding. So we're hoping still to close the loan for development in Okra by the end of April. I knew that we had talked last time about maybe setting a groundbreaking date. I think maybe we should just wait another month. It's, I think we're looking at maybe hopefully June to have groundbreaking. Once we get started, I think that, and we would like to include the contractor on the groundbreaking as well. So, we'd love to include the contractor, rural development, Okra, just having it be a little bit festive opening to this project. Once we get started on this project, I think Darren has told you that we'll have monthly progress meetings with the contractor and with the inspector and with the engineer. That's when the inspector and the engineer, they keep heat of the fire. I can't remember, I'm not sure what was the cliche, but heat to the fire of the contractors. So we'll be looking over their shoulder the entire time. Absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
Just don't try to put the fire out.
Well, no, it's just after what we have found in the past back there the last 6-8 months, it's like, this can't happen.
Yeah, I think.
Not that I don't trust the inspector in the contract.
No, but we rely on you. We rely on your information. We rely on your experience. So absolutely, I didn't mean to say that it would only be those three. We'll absolutely the town as well, yeah. And then I think, Tina will work with you and once the pay apps, because she's, the contractors submit a pay application to us, we approve it to make sure that they really did do all this work. Then we submit it to the town, we review it, and Tina will work with you to get through this pay application process. It's a little bit complicated because it's two different funding sources, but Tina knows what she's doing. So she will step up and help work this through. So that's really all I have to say, is we're waiting. We hope to be in contact with you soon to let you know that everything, all is well, that we've got everything we need. Okay.
Carrie, can I ask questions now or later?
Are you hanging around, Maureen? Because I know it's going to pertain to you
Yeah,
specifically.
to me or to Commonwealth of the
Project
Yeah,
specifically.
yeah. Yeah, whatever. I'm not an engineer.
Well, that's fine. I just got a letter from the Department of Management on the project, and you're supposed to provide me the work order. I got 15 days to respond to that,
I
and
don't know that. I'm
and
sorry.
my days are ticking, and so I talked to Carrie, and she only come to the meeting. They're supposed to have a project of what's going to happen, everything that's going to be done at my property, and I'd like to meet with the project engineer or something,
Absolutely.
because this can void the whole thing.
I can do it.
You guys sent the letter out.
I'm
Commonwealth sent the letter out, it's certified,
sure our engineers.
and it's got all the town people's names on it, so you guys should know something about it.
I'm sure they do.
I understand that, and I just would like to see the project, and after hearing some of the things that talked about, and what Carrie told me, I take it, that's all going to be replaced. I understand you and I talked about that, Jeff, that system there, Caleb's.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I was confused.
The lift station here, 905, okay? That's all gonna be replaced, as you and I talked before.
Now we're just on
I'm
make the
embarrassed.
existing correct.
Um,
So I'm not sure.
Is it possible for you, can you be here during the day or the evening? Can I have one of our engineering team call?
Yeah, I'd like
you
to have a
directly?
meeting with, like the school did, what's his name?
Well, yeah, although.
Brent, did you say Brad or?
Darren?
Darren
Darren.
was our engineer. Darren was, sorry.
No, I told him, I said, Darren is going to have all the information you need.
Yeah.
So my other question was, and it's probably Darren, and just want to put a drive in there. It's been 50 years, we ain't had a drive in there. I don't want a bunch of stone into our yard and
Yeah, I
stuff.
didn't know anything about
And the generator over the road and stuff. So I got to thinking, doing some measuring. If they're going to replace the pipe and all that in through there, is it possible to move it down here on the stone where you got more access? You don't have to put culvert in and get down off and it's all level. I don't know. I was
about that lift station because the original talk was they were going to replace that whole thing with a different pipe. The last time I talked to Abby about that, which has been a couple months ago now, they weren't replacing that lift station, but they were upgrading it and resetting float levels because that.
the piping's off.
The piping.
It's a mess.
Stay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mess. And then you've done a great job of fixing some of the groundwater, but we still get, when we get 2 or 3 inches, I mean, water's over the top of it, and you're getting a lot of infiltration. So I just, with some things I would like, I got to respond back,
Yes,
or I lose my privilege to
yeah,
have
no,
a voice in it.
absolutely.
You can stop that. Like these 15 minutes.
I don't want to speak to this, because I'm not an engineer, but can I have your name and telephone number?
Joe, Rule, R-U-L-E.
R-U-L-E. And I'm sorry, Joe, but I work with a lot of
That's
communities
fine.
and I should go.
765
All right.
652 1078.
And Joe, are you available during the day or should it be set up an evening call? I mean,
I'm here in town, work in town, so I mean, most days I would be able to, if I have a notice or something, and have a meeting.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be leaving here for 2 days, but work around that, so.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see
Absolutely.
what was going on and if there was an option to do something different or what was going to be done.
It was my understanding, unless something's changed, that lift station would remain the same. We're going to redo the pumps, redo the float system, because that was the major problem, was the pump type, and the floats were wrong. That's the reason it stands full too much of the time. And then, I don't know how they would mount the generator there, I have no clue, I've not seen that drawing or anything yet. And I didn't know anything about driving that.
Yeah, Carrie thought it was a driveway, and I would like, if you're gonna put a generator, see about putting, with my granddaughter stuff, a nice little fence around it or something to make it a little bit nicer, and hide the generator and noise and stuff, if that's,
And public access.
right. I mean, if that's doable, but
I
I
just
just,
want you to tap into it.
I'm just gonna tap in the natural gas line.
There you go.
That's more valuable right now, but, so that's where you get a print and what the plan is and have some communication.
So let me, I'm trying to, so Darren is actually.
Okay.
So I'm trying to reach him right now to see if he or Abby can respond this evening. If
But
not, I
I
will
don't
reach out to you,
expect it to,
Joe.
I mean, that's fine.
So 765-652-1078.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm Maureen Hayden, so I promise you that I will get you connected, Joe, soon.
Either one of them will be answering questions.
Yeah.
Abby or-
I didn't think about how I knew Darren for sure when I go down.
Because I know they,
Yeah.
you talked, they had some trouble with that line, and when they punctured it and what all was bad shape, the pressure line stuck up through there, so I didn't know if all that was getting, according to the IBM, all that's getting a new line. I don't know how they know all this.
Are you talking about the fourth main?
I
That's the one
don't-
that got hit.
I don't know if they're talking about that or the low pressure going to, they couldn't explain it, so I don't know, I mean, I'm talking to somebody in Indianapolis, Jeff, that probably doesn't know apple butter from pecans.
I know they cleaned manhole, some company, which is the beginning manhole that just goes to that. Really sewer main. I don't know.
I know.
I wasn't with them at that point. I don't know. I can't imagine that bad. So.
Darren will know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Darren will know. I promise you.
So the 15 days is not gonna be an issue?
I don't want to speak to that, Joe. I really don't know. I just want to
He
be
does
candid
know.
because I just, so one of our engineers, so I'm going to get you in contact with. I really don't want to speak to anything that I don't know about, Joe.
Okay.
So I'm texting our engineers right now.
What's the 15 days? What was it
If I have a problem with it or want to protest or want to, I got 15 days to respond. If I don't respond in the 15 days from the mailing date, I didn't find them there, which was the 3rd February. So I would have until 15 days, 18. Yeah, and so I just got the letter today in mail. I'm surprised we got it that quick to Pony Express.
Oh, yeah.
At the very least, I'm sure Darren can call you and talk you through it.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I just need to proceed forward with them
Yeah.
to protest it or what?
Much better to talk to the engineer.
Sure.
So, thank you, Joe.
Board president, fund superintendent of CC, that was old, right? We scratched that out. Sewer plant update, that's, we took care of that. CCMG matching grant to resale streets on hold until spring of 2026. Stormwater fund and planning project tabled for a month last meeting. Okay. I say we table again for now, yeah. Building permits,
Not received any, I did have another phone call about that a lot on Main Street, and by a different person who's asking for a set, $20. Nobody's applied for a permit.
I was reading that in notes and I was thinking, I thought there was something somewhere in what the ordinance was about not having a double lot, like a half lot, because we used to have half lots. But I can't find anything about that because we have duplexes in the section.
The one ordinance I remember is you couldn't put two house trailers on one lot.
Yes, that's all I could find when I was looking.
That's like, when that one left back there, it came back.
Yeah, that's all I could find, because
Yeah, that's all I'm aware of.
I spent some time searching, because I thought at one time I saw something about, no half lots. But couldn't find it, so unless somebody else wants to do all of them.
Kind of like they're really for it to fight for it.
Sewage utilities, Scott is not gonna be here this evening.
Several features.
He did send, says operations continue to be in compliance. We had fluid waste come out to back the line to try to clear the line. It is believed that the pinch valve has failed, and is mostly closed. This will be addressed in the plant upgrades, the planned work for this year. We will continue to treat water, though it may be via a pump from the lagoon to the Sagar system. Sean also started an inventory of the equipment that has not completed the project yet. We will attempt to complete this over the next few weeks. We will be watching the system to keep the lagoon levels down for the dredging project, and the upgrading of the plumbing to remove the 90-degree elbow and valve repairs. As noted above, we will look at pumping the water from the lagoons if needed to maintain the levels. Over the next month, we will be working to prepare the disinfection system. We will complete annual maintenance on the pumps and be ordering new chemicals to provide the treatment. It is our goal to have the system ready for operation 1 week before April 1st so that it can be tested and ready for operation.
You send that to me.
I sure can.
All right, after that, so,
Okay.
I was back there when Foot Race was there trying to suck out that line. They could not do it. They tried to jet it.
Okay.
They could not get past the pinch valve, so that's telling us that pinch valve is collapsed.
Yeah.
That's the reason it gets closed. The flow is not enough to sustain keeping Sagars alive. So that's the reason I want a sump pump, if you've seen that, built an extra discharge hose. I built a bypass, which is what Scott told me to do. I put that in the lagoon, pump it to the Sagar split box. Because if you don't get flow, the Sagars die, the bacteria dies off, and then we start all over. So, and I checked, it's been working fine. I bought a new bucket, drilled holes in it. I had to set, the day that I did it was one of the cold days, and the whole lagoon was froze over. I couldn't get through the ice up close. So I had to go up over to the force main where it's still thawed out. I sunk the bucket, but staked it so it doesn't fall over, so it doesn't collect the big solids and stuff like that. It's been working fine. It actually, between what little was dribbling out the main line and that pump, was almost exactly where the flow should be. I checked it again this morning because Sean was off today, so there was a filling guy back there, but I checked it early this morning. It's been running for close to 3 weeks now, but it's still flowing fine. I was a little concerned because the lagoon level is dropping. So, I mean, at some point, I have to move the bucket on out. Wait on out there. It's treacherous. Okay. And can you believe you can't find hip boots in this county?
Hardy's, Hardy's, this work. Dale Hardy's. He did have chest waders.
I thought Rural King would have hip boots. Oh, I had those boots like this, that's as far out as I could wade.
Chest waders not that much more than hip waders. And got a little more. The bad thing is if you go under, you got a boat full of
Yeah,
get rid of them.
The bad thing is I still have to break some ice. Then when you're walking on out there, you're walking on number twos on top of ice.
It's not a good
It's
thing.
just slick, you know. Shuffle.
Somebody with you.
Well, I did it by myself, I think.
School?
We gotta do something there.
Okay.
So we can't employ like Kirkland, we can't like team up with them, so we need to hire our own. We kind of need to decide, like, we put really strict restrictions on hours and things. I think it's gonna be nearly impossible to get anyone to meet all of the restrictions this town has on Marshall, because it's always going to be part-time employment. So I think we need to decide, do we just wanna have 2 very part-time, do we wanna have 1 and give a little bit more leeway to hours? We could put it out the way it is now and see what we get, but. Absolutely not.
I mean, we do need to do something.
Yeah, because there's some stuff going on in
Yeah.
town that.
And what are we talking about, leeway in hours, what are you thinking? What's
Well, because a lot of these guys work 12-hour shifts, so
Correct.
to get them to, and if they have training or if they're on the SWAT, to make them work 2 days a week, sometimes that doesn't work out with their schedule. So I think we need to have a little bit more realistic expectations.
And I'm okay with that, but I do agree we need to, like, obviously, we had some previous couldn't work even.
Yeah.
So I think other than that, I'm okay with that.
I want to make sure we like our meeting needs of the towns also. I think if we get someone in and we say like, I just want to get realistic for that to be maintained, then what's the point?
Well, I think the problem with Raymond was previous was that they would work 1 week a month. And they do, and I don't know what they did for 8 hours in Michigan town, because that would be pretty hard to do.
I like
I'd be bored at 8 hours in Michigan.
I liked having the weekly minimum maximum, but then I know we talked about doing like, they have to also make that work over 2 days. I think that's where we're gonna get the hiccup.
You mean like having them do it?
So maintaining like the minimum 6 hours, maximum 11 hours,
Correct.
but then from there, kind of letting them do their thing.
You know,
We can put a max like per day, like a 6 hour max per
that
day.
would make more sense.
I think,
because,
yeah, I think we put a max for that.
you know, we're not gonna have any visual, anybody out there visual rate would have an 11-hour day.
Correct.
I don't even know what they're gonna do for 11 hours, you know.
But that way, if they have a week where it's heavy training, SWAT or whatever, they can meet their minimum of 6 and the next week they could work 11 hours over 2 days. But that way, I wanna have a contract we can all stick to.
Yeah.
It's a long, if you do 6 or 8 hours. it's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially getting out here.
Nobody's gonna wanna sit
I
there
did
that
one
long.
12-hour day, because of the election day, problem with people all the time, so I did 12 hours that day. It was a long day.
Yeah.
You know, you only make so many laps around Michigan. Yeah.
More presence and fewer hours would be better, I think, for the whole town.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can make it work.
Yeah, I'm not opposed, so. I say we-
Just add that line, it's
Yeah,
maximum
we need to
6 hours
modify
a
that, yeah.
day per shift.
Yeah.
Per day.
See what happens.
And then, do we want to post it to Indeed or we want to share it with all the local agencies like we have in the past?
I would say sure. I would, yes, we'll start.
Yeah, see what we get.
Somebody from the sheriff's department that did not identify themselves asking for hiring us. We have not posted it correct.
Yeah, right. So I've had a couple people reach out to me as well.
I turned in that one.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah. I brought it in case anybody wanted to go.
Yeah, I couldn't look at it myself.
Yeah.
Should we reach out, Carroll County, cross county line? Like,
We've had issues in the past with bringing people in from different counties. But I mean, we're open at this point to, I'll share it with them, the close ones, like maybe Florida or Tipton. But it's an easy drive in.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. That's good.
Okay, town maintenance. I did attend the second Polis multi-hazard mitigation meeting, which I did in two of them. Finished up the paperwork for that, so now that all qualifies as a disaster. I did submit, I showed Commonwealth map to take off the issues, which is part of it. So I'm planning for that. So that's why I didn't submit it. Plowed snows on the street several times the last month. The other day I did work on moving and removing some of the snow piles for the next snow. Pretty much out of the spots. So a couple piles I moved half of them out of the way to a different location just with the tractor. And then two of them just pushed all back. As far as maybe that's it for the town wastewater plant. Talked a while ago, I assisted Sean and Fluid Waste was trying to get the main line unplugged that day. I got the parts assembled, the bypass. Found snow back there several times, and 11 locates. Some of it's been new locates, some of it's been renewals. And on the ordinance side, I took like an hour one day, surveyed violations, ordinance violations, and I got paperwork filled out for all of them. I attended service of two of them the other day. They weren't home. One of them did get served. And the last thing I have, I want to go, I think I told you last month, I got to be certified by the state for grading the streets, pasture grade. Finally got the email from the class yesterday. I tried to sign up for the online, I got to go to an online and in-person class to get certification. I tried to sign up for the one day and I had to create an account. So I created the account and I tried to sign up for the class and take you. So Tim Carson's been the one that's been feeding me the information. So you got it back and I was like, you know, did what you told me to do. There's no class there for you to sign up for. If I don't get one on the 17th, so I'm in the middle of that. And then calculate the
I have a question for you. Have you talked to the subcontractor recently that's working on the lines on First Street? It's our neighbors, right? They left the pile of dirt in that big old rock. So I'm hoping they come clean it up, but I don't want to just leave it till they're gone and then they will not clean it up.
I think it was the last one's down.
I mean, they still have more to do on First Street because there's that open hole down by 29.
I think once the plant there is J&J Electric, who is the subcontractor for for Fiber Hawk or Comcast. Last time I talked to him, which was right before it snowed, I demanded politely that he had 2 holes in asphalt when I plow snow. I said, you've got to fill them up because I'm catching them. You get them filled up. They tried to finish up everything they could. They was hoping to be done with everything, and they got pulled out again because the NDOT permits were expiring somewhere. They had to go get those before they come back here. So when they come back, they will finish the landscape and everything. But I'll make sure. That guy's been super to work with. I don't like very accommodating. Anything I've asked, they've done. So I'll make sure he does. And somebody who wasn't in was in at the same time doing landscaping. They were filling things back up, seeding and strawing. But I don't know who that was. So, but I did get a call from, I don't know, the guy knocked on the door. It was a week ago, a little Hispanic guy. He He said, you remember me? No, should I? He says, I worked with Windy City, which was one of the contractors. I said, oh yeah, I do now. He says, remember when we hit the electric light on First Street? I said, yeah. He said, they're trying to pin that on us. I said, don't surprise me. It was Mark wrong. I said, so Duke's trying to pin you? And he said, yeah. I said, you know, I'll give you a statement. I got pictures. Because it wasn't marked correctly. And they did their due diligence of trying not to hit it. But they hit it. So, but I've not heard anything back. The guy from Chicago, the boss, did call me. He said, they're trying to pin it on us. I said, well, when I talked to Duke, their engineer was there and was blaming you, but then the line guy said, well, look where they marked it. It was way off. So I don't do that in a courtroom somewhere just because I've seen what happened, but it is what it is. You know? I told that guy, I said, I'll tell you what I know, what I see. You know, I don't have anything to hide. So. But it's USIC is not held accountable for anything in the state. Other states, they got laws that hold them to what they're supposed to be doing, but for some reason in this state, they're trying to change the legislature to do that. And now I'm seeing other locate companies in town now other than USIC, because I think everybody's done. So, it's kind of pathetic, really.
Document today, document. You're part of being in the level thing, you have to sign an affidavit.
I told him, I said, yeah, I'll give you a statement. I told him, man, you know, here's the conversation that night. I was back down there for the emergency look. I mean, their lines was just, one was accurate and one was way off, so.
That's what I'm gonna shoot, you're gonna hold fire talk about. What,
I thought we decided that we didn't do it without others.
oh, I didn't have that down in minutes, I had that we decided on the one company not to pursue it because they were already out of here, so I thought we would pursue it.
Fiberhawk has a copy of our ordinance, not the new one, because it's just now, but they have a copy of the old ordinance, so if we want to go after them, we can. I have not went back at them, but they have a copy of the ordinance. So that's
But I thought we discussed not doing anything.
yeah, they're just doing it in the future now that we have the new
That's what I
ordinance.
thought we decided.
Start.
Yeah.
That's not what I had down in the minutes, because, and I had to pull up the, I had a couple things, so. So that's why I did not mention it.
That's what I'm.
So you're not go after going after me.
No, we'll just go forward with the new ordinance.
Public comment?
Thank you.
All right. Next meeting, March 9th, 2026, 6:30. Do I have a motion? Say aye. Opposed?
The whole time.
I